stand out on YouTube. I think I'm gonna do this one. What's the length of this one? All right, this is 20 minutes. So we're gonna take a little longer break.
Hey folks, AJ the CEO.
So I can have some time to go to the restroom, and unless I'm gonna wash my face and brush my teeth, all that good stuff. So we will be back, folks. Thank y'all so much. And let's go from there.
Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how you can stand out on YouTube. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking one of the links below. Now, normally I'm sitting here talking about tips, tricks, strategies, and all this other stuff, hardware reviews, mainly focused on media ministry stuff. But I want to kind of do a topic that I get asked a lot, even though people ask me about media ministry stuff. I have, especially at my church, and I have other people who ask, hey, this is great, but how did you stand out? What did you do to stand out on YouTube, or for people to see you and all this other stuff? So I want to kind of go over 5, maybe 6 things that I would think, especially from a media ministry or from a ministry in general who's using YouTube or online platforms, what you should be focusing on, or maybe tips to help you out. And then honestly, even if you're not even media ministry related, these tips, if you look at anybody else who gives you tips on YouTube, I have 100% guarantee that they will most likely agree with the majority of these things. So let's go ahead and just jump into how you can stand out on YouTube. Now, when it comes to YouTube, attention is what you're really looking at. No matter, you can talk about the bells and whistles, how it looks, how it sounds, all this other stuff. But if you cut all that away, what you're really focusing on is attention, how to hold people's attention, how to get people to come back because you've drawn them, giving you more attention because of whatever type of content that you're doing. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, hey Jay, you were doing media ministry stuff and that's easy. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, no, it was just one of those things that I focused on because I noticed that, like, I didn't go searching for this niche. This just happened to be the niche that developed because I was following some things that were passionate to me, and I did this out of necessity for my media ministry. But let's go to number 1. You need to pick a niche, or you need to find a niche. And whatever that niche is, you need to stick to it. For example, when you come to my channel, there's no way you can misconstrue that, oh, well, AJ's talking about video games. Oh, AJ's talking about 3D printing. Oh, AJ is talking about investment strategies or banking or underwater basket weaving. No, when you come to my channel, it is media ministry related. No matter what I talk about, that is the cornerstone of everything that I do. So it doesn't matter what your stuff is. If you're a gamer and you want to focus on RPGs, you want to focus on real-time strategies, you want to focus on first-person shooters. Oh, you're into 3D printing, you just want to focus on that. Oh, you're into EVs and all you want to do is talk about Teslas, or whatever the niche is. It doesn't matter what it is, stick to it. Now, I know that's easy to say, but sometimes you just have to start somewhere. And some of the great guys over at the Church Media Guys had a statement. I'm probably not going to quote it exactly the way they said it, but once you get started doing anything, you'll start to learn the questions that you need to ask to go to find what you need. And the way I like to do that is you'll never know where you're going if you don't set a destination. You don't just get in your car and just drive. You set a destination of where you want to go. And then as you go, like for GPS, you put in your destination in your GPS. You don't put in the GPS, I want to make a left turn, I want to make a right turn, I want to go straight for this amount of miles. No, you set your destination of where you want to go. And then as you go, you might need to make a left, you might need to make a right, you might need to make a U-turn. The process will develop, the path will reveal itself once you have clearly defined where you're trying to go. So the more you work on this, so say you want to do gaming, and you work on that, and then as you go, you will realize which topic should I focus on. Then also, as you start drawing more people that are giving you attention, they will help steer you in the direction of what you need to focus on. So that way you're not just shotgunning. Now you do that at the beginning so that you know where to focus to. Now let me bring this back into when it comes to media ministries, because that is what I focus on. Any church can live stream. Any church can be on YouTube, Facebook, whatever social media platform there is. And your niche is not just your ministry online. Your niche is going to be what draws people. So are you known for just being somebody on the pulpit preaching? Are you somebody that's known for sounding like you're about ready to hyperventilate? And the Lord, I mean, you could do all that, but there are tons of people who do that. Now, I'm asking you to find your niche. How do you want to stand out? Meaning that anybody can, be careful how I say this, anybody can preach. But how can your method or your message or whatever, how can that draw people's attention? Are you a good storyteller when you're preaching? Are you animated? You need to think not necessarily just in the message, but what can you do to draw people to come to that, to listen to you on that given niche that you choose. All right. And then that goes into what I would call number 2 is do something that you love. Now, I love computers. I love technology. I love media ministry. Been in church my whole life. That's something I always do. And when I say don't just do something that you love, let me put a subtitle to that. Do something that you love that even if no one was paying attention to you, you would still do it. Because when you get started, believe it or not, just like a lot of people on these platforms, no one knows you. And the idea is, just like I said with item number 1, where you set a destination, you're making that journey, making your lefts and rights. During that process, you're cutting your teeth on trying to learn what to do. No one's going to be paying attention to you, and you can't count on audience, people patting you on the back, telling you you're doing a good job, getting thousands, hundreds, thousands, millions of views on your videos. There are tons of videos that you're going to be doing that you're getting 1, 2, 0, 10 people on. It's not about that. It's about the process that you have to go through. Just like if you're working out, you're not going to immediately see the results after doing 2 push-ups. It's the continuous days of working out, of push-ups, or whatever activity that you do, calisthenics, whatever, that you start to see the results. So you need to be able, and I don't believe in this motivation type stuff like that. You need to pick whatever it is that even if no one ever came to watch you, would you still do it? Or do you need the masses to push you to do it? Because the day comes when you do a video and somebody doesn't like it, are you just going to completely stop what you're doing? Like I am a musician, but I've been a musician for a very long time, since I was like 13. And there are plenty of times where people thought I was a horrible musician. I still don't think I'm a great musician. I think I'm good to where I can hold my own. But at the same time, it doesn't matter what other people think, is you need to keep going no matter what it is. And even if no one's there, let me put it this way, you need to be your biggest cheerleader. If you're the only one that's on the field performing, and then at the same time, you are out there in the stands cheering yourself on, that's what you need to focus on. Now, the other thing you don't need to focus on, which what I would coin number 3, is don't focus on your competition. I know this sounds strange, but let me give you a tip. You don't need to win or beat anybody to be successful on YouTube or any other channel. There are tons of people that are in the same niche that I do somewhat, in some variety. You got the church media guys, you have Church Front, you have Brady Shear. Those are a whole lot of people that I'm subscribed to. I don't consider them my competition, because it's not like, oh, if subscribers go to these places, they can't subscribe to me too. It doesn't work like that. It's not like, oh, I can only like this sports team because I can't like something else. That's the beautiful thing about these platforms, social media in general, that, okay, these people have 1 million subscribers. Those same people can watch my stuff too. So you don't have to beat anybody. Honestly, I like encouraging, and I even recommend other channels that do the same stuff that I do, because they have a different twist. It's not meant for me to reach everyone on the face of the planet. It's meant for me to reach the people that find value in what I'm offering. So there are, 7.5 billion people on the face of the planet. Hey, I'd love to have 7.5 billion people as subscribers on my channel, but that's not gonna happen, because everybody on the face of the planet doesn't have an interest in what I'm talking about. So I say that to say that if the church media guys reach a different demographic or a different group that I can't reach, hey, that's awesome. Hey, go for it, church media guys. Brady Shear's reaching somebody else, go for it. At no point in time am I sitting here trying to say, man, don't listen to them, come to me. I don't do that. I don't believe in competition. I believe in complementing each other, because if I feel that if I help somebody else, that ultimately will help me in the long run. So I don't tear nobody down. I try and lift them up, so I don't.
All righty, we's back. Yay. Trying to get my headset set. Let's see what we got going on here. Lamar, you got a question here? Minimize this because we'll come back to where we at. Regarding the way you did the split screen with OBS with the scripture, can that be done with the NDI source from instead of capture device? Actually, yes, it can. So let's, did I close it? No, I didn't. Yay, we can revisit that. So let's cut back and I'll show you the same thing. Cut that off. Go over here. So we got this. So instead of doing a display caption, we'll turn that off completely. Let's actually just get rid of it. And we want to first, let's go over here. And we want to make a screen. And I'll do an NDI screen for this. And it's going to be another audience one. And let's make another one. It's going to be an NDI one. Let's do, again, it doesn't care about the resolution. I'm just doing it for something that's lower for here. P7 OBS. So PP7 OBS. So boom, there we go. Now, what are we going to have that display? All of these should be showing the exact same thing. All right. So if I come in here and bring this up, now let's go ahead and add an NDI source. Let's find it first. P7 OBS. And do I not have it on? I should. Edit looks. Yeah, it's showing the exact same thing. I don't know showing. Oh, there it goes. All right, so we're just gonna resize this. And we're gonna put it behind that. And there you go. Exact same thing. Yay! All right, so that's sweet. All right, let me close OBS so we can have some freed up resources. Let's turn off my display here. All right, Philip Paul. Can I know what is the specs for a desktop? We can run OBS, Zoom, Touch Portal. Sometime may use Chrome Remote Desktop connection from OBS to Zoom. I mean, that's not necessarily anything higher than what we've done from a usability standpoint. A Ryzen 5 5600G with 16 gigs of memory would be more than enough to be able to run all of that. So again, I would say the Ryzen 5 5600G, 16 gigs of memory, hard drive, doesn't matter. But get the biggest one that you can afford. A 1 terabyte is going for like $50. So go with that. And the GPU built into the 5600G will be more than enough to do all of that. You got the horsepower that can push through that. Now work good for you. So, man, I've already kicked my feet up. Still not sleepy yet. My monitor is acting crazy. But really scoop my chair up. I just pinched my finger. So yeah, I am really excited. This is actually turning out a lot better than expected. So why is that green tint at the bottom of my screen? That's weird. Let's see what else we got here. AJ, which would you pick between Easy Worship and ProPresenter as your streaming and presentation software? I would never use either one of them for streaming. That's the first thing. For a small church, I would go, again, it depends on what it's going to be used for. Me personally, I stick with the stuff that I've used. I have not been happy with Easy Worship. That's what I started with. But in comparison, I would go with ProPresenter over Easy Worship. And the amount of people doesn't really matter. It's more of the functionality it gives me with that ProPresenter price. It's a lot of stuff that I can do in the future that's already built in that I might not be using. That's what I would do. Let's see. Let's do a refresh and let's see what we got. All right, we're at 1350 here on the donation side. Oh, we had an anonymous donation of $10. Thank you. And here on the super chat, we're still at, man, we are one like. Oh, you know, I'm gonna give myself that like. Let's copy this. I'm gonna go to my other channels here. Let's go to the church page and like the video. Boom. What? I gotta sign in. No. Let me go to a different page now. Let's go to my gaming page. Search for Glotz. And like that. Yay, we're at 100. Woohoo. So we're at 100 likes. And let's see what other comments we got here. What's the pricing on ProPresenter? ProPresenter is for a site license is $399. So I think it's about the same price as Easy Worship. Let's see. Uh-oh, folks. I felt that one. I started like just for half a second. trying to look at the pricing. Why did? Yeah, so it looks like Easy Worship has now moved to it's a monthly. Mm. Yeah, SaaS is a model. That's what everybody's moving to. So I'm glad Renew Vision hasn't moved to that yet. But interesting to say the least. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. So let's see. Again, folks, if anybody's just now getting started, we wanted to put. Oh man, come on, Pro Presenter, what are you doing? My countdown screen. All right, let's go fix this. So, why is my screen not working? So that's our 24-hour NDI screen. Oh, now it's back. Very strange. But we're almost at the 10-hour mark. But we got it 10 hours until noon. Yes, Lord. Excited about that. And again, I'm still recording. I wonder how big that file has gotten. Let's see. We got some questions here. Antonio, man, you was up late, man. What's going on with you? All right, back. The reason why I asked is because I'm trying to see how we can save cost on purchasing a separate for a presentation and another one for streaming, and then reduce manpower. Again, it can work. I'm just saying I don't want to push off my preferences on that. I mean, I've had, as much as I like computers, I have to be realistic. Sometimes they act up. So if you're using your presentation software and you're streaming, and if it goes down, if it crashes, which Pro Presenter is known for, Easy Worship is known for, you're going to lose both. Now, in that type of scenario, if you're having one system, I mean, you can just put OBS on it, and then you can do that as well instead of having it. Now, again, if this computer crashes, you're still going to lose both, but hopefully it will be Pro Presenter crashes or OBS crashes, so you'll still have the functionality instead of losing both functions on the system. That's just me personally. David, with a $15,000 budget for everything AV IT related first year, at least, if trying to see the rest of the comment. With a $15,000 budget for everything AV IT related first year, at least, if SaaS. Is there another part of that comment? Oh, I missed the first part. I don't know why I missed that. Let's go back here. Can you build a whole AV setup for a brand new church plant of 50 to 75 people, sound system, network, live streaming, presentation, website, giving, etc. from scratch with a $15,000 budget? Yes. Yes, I could. So I'm going to actually, you know what? Thank you, David. We got something we're going to cut our teeth on here. Let's go through and do something like that. I'm going to try and do the pricing, everything. Now, I'm going to start with how I would do all of this, of course. So my network, I'm going to go to Unify. Oh, went to the wrong button. It's supposed to be, come on now. That I hit media player instead of SuperSource. All right, so let's go to my network here. Let's go to here. Now I'm assuming, Lamar, thank you for the donation. So I'm gonna go through here and design everything what I would use. This is gonna be a simple install. I'm just gonna assume for that amount of people, we only need one access point. So I'm not gonna go anything super duper fancy. I'm actually gonna go with the Dream Machine SE, which has PoE built into it. Don't need any storage. We don't need a switch because it already has one. Don't need security cameras. Access points for that area, I would do 1 nano HD. That would cover everybody. Not doing phones. And I don't need a rack mount. I guess let's add a rack mount. Just for, I can get one for less than that. So we'll do none. And no cables, no coverage. And boom. That's our network. That's our Wi-Fi. So we're good to go. We're not going to have anything crazy, but that would give us enough network switches and all this other stuff to go, because we're only going to power one thing, and say we're going to use PTZs on that right now. So if we go to here, that's totaling out to $678 minus tax and all this other stuff. So we're going to keep that open. Now, you want to talk about cameras. So what I would use is I would use the AVCam ones that we did recently. That's going to get us in a lower price range as well, too. I'm not going to do NDI. I'm just going to do the non-NDI, so that'll save us about $50 on that. I'll do 3. Let's say 3 for that. Let's come back out of here. And I also want to do an IP joystick for that. And we could probably go with the facility one. And we don't need to go with a PoE switch because that's what the switch we just did for the access point does. Now that's for growth. All right. And then let's do a 12U rack. On wheels. Now this is going to be portable as well too. So let's do an 8U case. So maybe something like this, because that can be rack mounted and have everything connected, have jacks on the back. So I would go with this. For my switching situation, you didn't say anything about projectors and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with the A10 Mini Extreme. Add that. Need to do a rack monitor. I don't like that. That's costing a little bit too much. So let's go with a mobile monitor like the one I have on my desk. So you see we got significantly less. That'll free that up from a price standpoint. That falls flat. I'll just go with the first one that's here because, at this point, you ain't really messing any of this stuff up. That comes with my cable as well, too. What else we got? We need, let's do our SanDisk 1 terabyte. we can record everything that's going on as well too. I am going to go with a GTD audio wireless microphone system. I would go with the variable ones so we can have more. We have 4 mics here, or you can get the other one that's non-variable and save and do double. So let's actually do that. Let's do double. So we'll have a total of 4 mics. Now I would do the XR18, similar to what we had just talked about. That would give us a good look for this. Well, actually, let's go with what's that touch one called? I don't recall the name of it. It was one of these. I mean, to be quite honest, I mean, you don't really even need to have any super duper fancy one if it's going to be portable. You don't have to have anything like that. So let's just go with a standard mixer for this. We'll go with this one. Because we need to have at least 8 mics in, because that's wireless, and then we're going to have our instruments as well too. So like right here, we could go with this one, and this is 16 channels. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So that's just for the mics coming in, and we wouldn't have anything else. And I'm not picking Behringer for any particular reason. I'm just looking for one that has a certain amount of channels. Let's see. How many channels we got on this? 16. Just so it's not said that I'm only doing that, let's go with a Mackie board. Because again, we also, I mean, I really want to go with a digital one, which will save on space as well too. Live portable sound. Let's see what we got. That's what I was looking for, the X18. X18. Not giving me any options for the board. Oh no, I'm gonna go with a Hail Mary and just go for one of these. Never used it, but I'm just gonna try it because it has the channels. And we can even go with this 16 channel one just for the giggles. So we'll add that. That will give us enough connections with another 8 more connections left over. We just have to have a dual quarter to 3.5 cable to bring in audio into the ATEM. Boom. Now, do we need to also include speakers? Let's see. I should have just did this here. X18. That's tablet controlled. So we have Wi-Fi, so we would be able to control it. So let's go with this. Well, no, we're saving almost $500 by going with the other board, so we're fine. We're just gonna look at some sound and speakers. PA speakers. Those Bose ones are good, but I don't want to blow the budget based on what we got. And just looking for the space, I want to have a tower ones that will cover everything. Those are just bags, not a big deal. So JBLs, let's go with these. Again, I'm just going from a cost standpoint for these. This would give us some bass and some power for that amount, so you ain't got to blow out everybody's eardrums out of there. We got enough mics going around for everybody. That's live streaming is handled. With the ATEM, we need a monitor to go with that. So I don't know. We just do a 27-inch 1080p monitor. Oh no, we had the mobile monitor. So never mind. We got that. Say we want to do scripture and lyrics. Let's do a Asus Tough gaming laptop. This will run scripture and everything. We don't need to have anything super out of control, but again, my personal opinion, I would use a AMD processor for that one. All right, this is going to get me around like 650. That'll run our scripture. We have everything connected to the ATEM. What else? I did a joystick. We need to have, let's say we do 100-foot fiber HDMI cables. That's the DTEC that I use. So we'll do 3 of those. And then, hey, let's do a projector. Let's do a laser projector. Well, let's see what we're totaling here for right now. All right, so everything in here right now, all of the equipment, sound system, mics, everything, cameras, those amounts. I mean, the other thing we can do is you want to put them, let's put them on tripods. We're going to do some good tripod. And now, those cameras are very light. So it's not like you need to have some 2,000-pound type tripod. Like something like this, you don't need anything like that. But we want to put a decent one in place. So I'll just say, let's use 3 of these. Again, it's overkill, but we want to make sure that they're stable. We don't have to worry about power because Ethernet's going to come there. That's the other thing I forgot. Let's do 100-foot Cat 6 cable. Again, I would rather make my cables instead of buying them. But again, at this point, we're trying to go off of very simple, repeatable, something like that. So we'll just go with these 100-foot, get 3 of those. All right. So far, if we go to the cart, let's add it up. That's for our streaming, cameras, presentation, sound, mics, recording, and it's in a case, and cameras that can be controlled. That's coming to $4,874. Let's just say $5,000 for all of that. And then we go to our networking stuff. That's going to give us our Wi-Fi. Wrong stuff. I picked, let's say that's plus 700. And then if we do our speakers and everything like that, that's another, let's do 4,000. So we still got another $5,000 to play around with, to give us some more stuff. So we could throw some speakers in there. I mean, projectors if you really wanted to, TVs on mobile stands, something like that. Which I would do with mobile stands. I would get a 75-inch TV, maybe even two of them, and then put those on some rolling carts that can be disassembled. Really simple. Then you just have to have a splitter that goes to the video out from the ATEM. Not a big problem. That's what I would use. So long answer, but David, I think we would significantly still be able to do that simply. And the only big thing that would be is if you went with TVs. But if you went with a projector and a screen that folds, you'll probably pay more, but everything will be portable, and you'll be able to get a good projector and screen for way less than that $5,000 that's left over in that $15,000 budget. Streets of Destiny, are you still working on an interactive talk on YouTube? I believe it was planned with Michael in Canada. Are you talking about for this call? I just haven't had a chance to set up the clock. I mean, I do have my phone linked to it, so I could take a question. I'm still here, but I'm feeling a little bit, so we can see. Shane and Hannah, hey, good morning. We still here. We haven't fallen asleep. All right. Now, David also said I started DMX lights probably too. Now that I'm not familiar with. What that I would do is probably do a rigging, a portable rigging like the gray metal tubes that will go on the stage and have lights hanging from that. But again, I have not done lighting, so knowing what to pick with that would be rough. I think for a good starter set with that rigging and stuff, you may be able to squeeze that in for $5,000. But I think that would ever do that. Mom's video. Have you ever been to CES? No, I have not. I would love to go. I want to go to NAB. It got canceled, and that's when I ended up going to Ireland. But it's a lot of stuff that I would want to go to. Excited to see what Philo is all about. I didn't get a chance, David, when Renata was here. I didn't get a chance to ask her if she had anything planned that far out. And then I also need to see if I have any other events going on as well, too, because we got about 9 installs, and I'm really just waiting for people to pretty much put the money down, and then we go from there. I think I only have 1 install locked in right now. That's the one I'm going to do next week. That's with the camera and everything I have behind me. That's a couple of hours worth of stuff, if that, to finish that up, which reminds me, I need to go to Lowe's and get some RG6 cable for that, because that'll be easier to get it from there. Man, we are sub I can't even spit it out. We're sub double-digit hours left. We only got 9 hours and some change left. Should I change the timer to a countdown 2 time? Or maybe we can add both of them. So I'm going to do another timer, and I'm going to do countdown, and I want to count down 2 a time. And that's going to be 12 p.m. So we got that. Now I'm going to edit, and you can't see it. I'm going to edit our screen layout. So that's what we have. Stream this. We're going to copy this and paste this. But this one is actually going to be linked to the timer that we just made. It's a countdown. So now you see the times right there. So maybe I'll just replace this one to a countdown time 2, Which one y'all want? You want the time we've been streaming or what we're counting down to? Which one did you prefer? Wow, AJ, you're a real trooper. Hey man, ma'am, we try and keep our word. You know, we're gonna push and push and push. We in the home stretch. We're over halfway through. So we about like we got 40% left, something like that. If my math is quick to go through that. So maybe we'll do a countdown time. I can always switch them back and forth. It doesn't matter. So if I go here and let's change this to our countdown. So we got 9 hours and 48 minutes to go. Oh, you said both. Okay. So we'll do both. I probably need to change the formatting of this. And let's shrink this a little bit. Scoot it over just a little. And we're going to do this and change this to a time remaining. Let's put these side by side. How about that? All right, let's copy. I hate when it does this. So we want to move center back. There we go. So let's copy and paste this. And we're going to have to shrink this a little bit. Now we're going to change that to our timer as countdown. There we go. So now we got both. So yay. How long we've been streaming and how much time we got left. Awesome, awesome. Man, and to think, I haven't even gotten anything on what we're going to do for church yet. Let me see. Maybe we can make all that at the same time because we should not have to make the live stream like I used to. Let's see. I have not received anything from a pastor, so that means I'm gonna get that tomorrow. What else we got? So the streaming is off because we did start it a little bit early, but sweet. Let's see. All right, so Shane and Hannah, there you go. We got both. What else? What we got? All right, so we're at 576.98. Let's see, where are we at? So we're at 576.98 plus. What do we have for this? We're at exactly $13.50. So we are $175 short of $573.02 short from being able to bless one ministry. Again, I know we can do more. We're going to work on doing this again. But again, I'm not going to do this by myself. We're going to have some more people on here to make it more easily and readily available to do some stuff as well. And I need to go get something to drink. So I'm not going to take a break, but I will be right back. Aaron, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Appreciated. Got me some applesauce. I'm glad my daughter's not here. She's like, Daddy, you're eating my applesauce. So, for everybody who's still on, how long will you say an estimate that you've been watching? I can't wait to see what the view duration is going to be at the end of this for everybody on for so long. So again, thank y'all so much for the people who've been helping from the beginning, who supported and everything like that. Again, it's interesting that when you're called to do something, so many saved and sanctified and Holy Ghost filled people. That's the one thing is noticed in the Bible, is every time God did a miracle, there was always somebody to always say the very next thing, fear not. Everybody throws a lot of fear and saying what it isn't. Oh, you might not have heard from God. It's this, and this, and yada, yada, and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. Anyway. Mom's video. What is your opinion on using a slider during church service? Advantages, disadvantages, watching for 6 hours in total. Awesome. Thank you. I want to do something like that, but I want to have mine integrated upside down and remote controlled. So like at Gates of Faith, I would love to have a slider that's on a wall, just up out of the way, and it has zoom control and motion control, and it'll give a dynamic look, almost like a Matrix stuff. You imagine being zoomed in and then zoom out, and it's sliding and it's panning around. It would give a very, very unique look. I wanted to do something like that. G-Man's been on for 6 hours. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been here for about, I'll say 14 hours and 20 minutes and 26 seconds. With little micro breaks in between. I ain't gonna lie. I do kind of want to go to sleep. I'm not tired. It's just my body's like, AJ, you sure you don't want to go to sleep? I remember one time when I moved back to Lynchburg when my dad was sick and I was helping my mom with that. I didn't have a job. I was working there. So I was just helping my mom and my dad. I remember like, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just going to see how long I can stay up. I stayed up for about 2.5 days. And man, stuff started getting real funky. I started seeing crazy stuff, started hallucinating because your brain needs to take a break. So we got for about 30 minutes. All right. I appreciate any amount of time. AJ, I'm familiar with the DMX lighting we use at our church with concert lighting. So we also use Haze, which is DMX controlled. Awesome. I know I need to get into lighting as well, too. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm actually doing good because I'm active. If I was sitting still, and especially if I had my heater down here, ooh-wee. Now, again, I can't even go to sleep this is over because like I was saying earlier, I have a Zoom consultation at 12:30. So literally right after this is over, I'm going right into, not even shutting anything off, going right into a Zoom consultation. This is the most work my whole setup has been put into as well too. So I think that's going to be fun. Ah, man. So let's see what else we got going on. Let's go ahead and I hate this because I like this layout of where I'm at, but my monitor is over here now. Let's go to Blackmagic's site. And I haven't had a chance to play around with the DaVinci Resolve on the iPad yet. Honestly, my iPad is around here somewhere. I don't know where it is. So let's go over to this. And I gotta sit up. Let's see what other stuff is out there. Let's see. I would love to play around. I remember, who was it? Epos Vox has one of these as his overhead camera. I mean, that's cool. I do want to play around with one of these. Honestly, I don't. I mean, it's so many toys to play around with, but we'll see. Also, I did finish the Panasonic 4K PTZ camera. I'm waiting for them. They're not reviewing it for, they're reviewing it for information integrity to make sure I didn't misquote anything on that. But that's gonna drop soon. Streets of Destiny, total of 5 hours. Awesome. Created for fun. Watching for 11 hours. AJ, I know that we have the Super Source and the ATEM Extreme. Can you show me how to use that to make a frame to show the call-in guest and the sanctuary teacher at the same time? Sure, because, I mean, that's kind of like what I'm using in this shot right now. So I'm going to do this differently, though, so you can actually see it. Get my screen over here. So just like I did in OBS, I'm doing the same thing, but it's all in the Super Source. So if I cut over here first, so I got 29 hours left on here on my HyperDeck. So we're good from here. So for our Super Source, we're going to come over here to Super Source and we're going to do our presets. You want to design the layout that you want. Like, again, my layout, if I cut over real quick, I have one box and then I got me here and I'm sitting over here. So that's how I have mine. And now keep that in mind. And I'll keep this shot up here. So right here, box number 1 is the camera where I'm at right now. That's what you see. So you want to just do, now I have 4 boxes, but I'm only enabling 2. So say if I want to turn on a second box here, and what could I actually even have on here to see? I'll turn this one on, and then I'll let that be my overhead camera. So you see it's behind me, but I don't want to use that. So in here, now I want to start doing my size. I want to do this as a 0.2. And then now I want to move my positions. All right, so there we are. Let's move down and over some more. And that's actually going to be at 12.5. And let's drop it down one more. Oops. So we're setting our positions to negative 6.5. So we're setting our positions to anything. You can make it be anything. If, let's say, I bring my screen back over here, let's turn on Pro Presenter, get my audience output. And now let's come back in here and change it. Instead of the overhead, I want to be my right monitor. And see, now, there you go. That's what's down below. Now, you just have to design how you want it to be. You can have slivers like me for everybody, and you bring in the guests and the side-by-side. You can make a big screen. All you're going to do is set off which one that you want and turn it on, and then place it where you want to. Now, I'm using a still image behind me, but I could easily come in here and pick a camera if I wanted to. So I can change this to the studio camera as my background. We can use the Mac as the background, the screensaver that's going on right there. You can use any of them, and you can actually even use, you can't use it for the background, but you can use one of your presets. It could be, like box number 2 could actually be the super source. So you can have a super source inside of a super source be your stuff. So that's how you see it like going on into infinity. And I want to make sure the background, the background you can't use a super source, but I'm using a piece of art, so that's my media player. that I have it set to this custom image background that I have set. So I hope that helps you. I picked the wrong one. Man. Didn't think we were going to be here, but excited. We got a little more ways to go. I got this fan on me. I forgot about my popcorn. So. So if you're watching and you're not inside of the United States, where are you from? Where's your country of origin or where you're at right now? Love to see where everybody is chiming in from. Okay, it was hiding this comment here. Would you critique our YouTube channel? Send the link and we'll go there. So we got UK. We got so far from Shane and Hannah. So let me see. Did I turn off everything at the church? Wait, everything should have turned off already by now. Reverend Richard, man. See, I got to keep talking because too much time go by. It's going to be an issue. I think the next thing what I want to do is, even though I like the Rodecaster, I'm going to set up everything so that it's streaming from my X32 and start leveraging that. That was the purpose of it. So we got, wow, got the UK, we got Nigeria, awesome. If Philip Paul is still on here, that's Malaysia added on as well too. So let me see. I'm gonna go over here to Facebook. Let me see. Do we got anybody have on here? Let's see. Come on now. Yeah, we're pushing it to the limit out here. There ain't nobody out here on Facebook. I was like, hey, folks, we out here. All right, so. Yeah, all these people sending me posts. Kind of hesitant on older people in the family in general sending me a Facebook friend list because I'm just like, man, here's your account hacked. That's the reason why you're sending me something. Let's see. Shane and Hannah, do you think you'll be coming to the UK this year? That's the plan. Don't know when, but I want to plan to come over that way. We got a lot of stuff that's going on, but I would like to do that. I would love to actually. I gotta keep some stuff quiet. Check out the tactile camera by Defy, live streaming on another level. Let's check that out. Let's see. Tactile camera. Oh, yes. I saw one of these. I want to get one of these. That right there, man. Up to 40 miles an hour. You knock somebody out. It's like, blook. That's awesome. Man, you got a whole optional foot control. Oh, that's serious. I showed this to the wrong person. Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we need to get one of those, AJ. Book a demo. Like, where can I buy this? I need to save this because that's a dream right there. Man, have one of those in your church. That would be so daggone slick. Like a round table, I don't think so. Sundays are kind of tight now, so we're gonna look at doing like sometime in the week, either on Monday, Friday, or Saturday. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Next week, I know I'm gonna be out of town, so I know next weekend is not gonna work. I'm leaving on Thursday. We're gonna see. I'm probably gonna be still recuperating from Monday. I mean, actually, I know I am because I'm actually have to do stuff at church, and then, so yeah, I'm gonna do this consultation right after this is over. Then I'm gonna sleep, and hopefully it don't mess my schedule up. Because if I go to sleep too late, too early, like if I go to sleep around like 8 o'clock, I'll wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I can't go back to sleep. So, maybe I should get my book and see. I should normally would be reading right now, but after a certain period of time, it's like your body, at least for me, I'll be tired, but then when the sun starts coming up and it's 5 and 6, my body will naturally just wake up. So it's like we're almost there in the home stretch. So what else we got so far? Everything is still going great so far with the stream and everything like that. I want to kick my legs up. My knees are hurting. It's like they've just been sitting here being bent the entire time. Bruh. All right, this comment right here. You're making me have flashbacks right now. You should think about doing an African tour. I would love to. At my old job, when I worked at AJaytheCEO at a software company, I had a client, Deloitte, South Africa, and I was supposed to go, but they ended up letting somebody else go, and they wanted me to stay in the rear in the office, and because I was more knowledgeable to help all the other clients that were going on, so that stunk. The only thing I didn't miss, and I'm glad I did miss, out on was the see, I had my eyes closed for a second. We can't do that. Was all the shots that I had to take. I was not excited about doing that. I was glad to hand that off to somebody else. And my mic, come on now. But yeah, I'm here, folks. If you want to fire some questions, I'm here. Like I said, I got to keep myself busy because if I don't, y'all gonna make me break out bejeweled here. So I can keep myself engaged. That's under Steam? I thought that was under something else. But yeah, so Shane and Hannah. asking about it. What would be a good location? I do want to go to Paris, and I need to work on. And I know you're nowhere close to that, but just wondering, what's a good location if I was looking for hotels in your area? What would be a good spot to go to? Why is hold on? I'm trying to bring in my log into my Steam account, and it's asking me to log in. I don't know why it keeps doing this. There's my phone. Let's see. So, like I said, we're gonna be playing little games for a little bit because we want to stay up. Nobody has any questions. Hey, that's fine, but we're gonna Rhonda, 8 hours. So Rhonda's gonna watch for 8 hours. Pixel Pusher. How to get the comments to come up on the live stream? That is using vMix Social, and that's being done through vMix directly. So I just link to it, and then I make a slide, and it pushes that data through. Really straightforward. I actually have a video on that. I don't have my streaming system hooked up, so I can't really show how I have it set up. But I mean, it's right there. Uh-oh. Do we have... We got some bejeweled going on now. Where's my sound at? I don't have any sound going on here. But hold on. We got some comments on here. Reverend Richard. I think I may have a question. In the ATEM software, can we save transition button cut? Can we save the transition button cut and mix? And if so, can you show it? We can't save our settings, not even in the startup save. Make sure you do, if you're having that issue, something is conflicting. Make sure that you do a clear startup state first, clear that out, then go to save. And I mean, you're saying save your cut and mix. I'm not understanding that. But if you clear your startup state and then do a startup save, it should work. Ooh, man, hold on. Popcorn went down the wrong pipe. Aaron, do you think Signs and Wonders would mind having the concert lighting with color chases and haze? We actually have color lighting that's put around the sanctuary, and they're plugged in, so it's not anything fancy, but it just shoots multiple colors in the 6 corners, the 4 corners of the room, and then in the middle. It does that already. So having lights like this will probably work better, but I'm just thinking of the placement since they're sitting on the floor. Haze, I'm not sure about. Now, my pastor's open to different stuff, but I don't think he would have a problem with it, but I don't know. Ready for fun. What do you think about church apps? Any recommendations? Like, I actually downloaded an app, Applify or something like that. It actually lets you make your own app, and I'm trying to dabble about that, what I would actually make the app about. But I think a lot of church apps are just rinse and repeat, and it's just a frame. And I think Apple and Google have actually tried to stop those type of apps instead of there being specifically unique and stuff like that. I'm still trying to, if I made an app for the church, it would pretty much be just link to a way to get messages. Oh, you know what? I should do that. I want to make a church app because my church sends text messages and I get too many messages on my phone and it just gets confusing. I would love to have a messaging app that lets you communicate with everybody and then it's all in one place and you can organize it and it's not all stuff like that. So I might play around with that. I haven't programmed like that in a very long time, but I think that would be cool. Because you've just revealed most of what God deposited in you are long hours surely yield results. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And man, this is why I don't think I could grow a beard because just this little bit my skin got irritated by something and I'm just getting ready to gnaw my whole jaw off. Reverend Richard, yeah. If you do a clear startup state on the ATEM software and then go back and then do a save state. So if I do this, so the first thing I would do is come in here, do a clear startup state, then do a save, and then also do a save document as well and see how that works. Walter wants to know, is there a way to have overk? Overk, what is that? Richard, you are welcome and thank you for the extra food and all the other good stuff too. Even my mic is getting tired. Look at it, it's falling down. So, man, just really excited, folks, about everything. Know that when this is over, I'm going to be taking a long break for the weekend. But again, know that you can always email me at questions@ajhomes.com. If you have any other questions, I'm going to do my best to try and speed through this again and make chapters so you can jump to different stuff. But I mean, we've been all over the place, so it's going to be a tad bit difficult for that. Make sure you also, if you're not a part of it, go to join the Facebook group so you can get some more information as well too. And this is going on forever. And what else? Don't forget about the missionary cruise. It's going to be really exciting. And why did that end so fast? Yeah, the missionary cruise. Also, we have the giveaway. That's going to be for every 10,000 subscribers. But the profits that we earn from this fundraiser is going to go to Bless Them Up Ministry. Enter that here. Yay, yay. And what else? What else am I forgetting? Oh, no, I know I didn't do it. But if you ever want to get in touch with me, you can always go to AJhomes.com, consultations. That's for phone, on-site, Zoom consultation, any of those as well, too. So really awesome. Let's see. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it was great. Not that drive back, but yeah, it was great. Hanging out with y'all and seeing all the work you did at the your team has done at the church. Excellent as well. Create for fun. That's why I want the app to consolidate all the messaging and text and stuff like that. I might have to work on something like that because, man, when I hear my blood boil, all these daggone text messages and all over the place and the phone going off. Hey, I love y'all Signs and Wonders, but man, the guys, I'm on a guys chat and they talk about sports. I'm not a sports person. I want to get in there. It's like, no one cares, but I don't want to be rude. I just don't care. Everybody else is into it, just not me. So. Yeah, I need to put my feet down because I'm getting way too comfortable. But let's... And my mic is falling down. Oh. Let's see. Let's take a little mental break. And let's play some Bejeweled, shall we? And I don't know why my sound is not. Oh, because I had my music down. I don't know why my sound is not working. Oh, because I had it down. That'll be the reason why. I am tripping. Yeah, we ain't gonna have no music for YouTube to have a problem with something. Man, see, I was already play a game. Y'all asking questions now. Oh, wait a minute. That's why I'm here. It's to answer y'all's questions. Back to Walter. I have a macro set up to show sermon notes overlays while streaming on our A10 Mini Pro. Is there a way to have the overlays fade in and out instead of flashing on and off? Yeah, when your overlays, you would want to. Oh, excuse me. Are you using downstream or upstream key? Either one of those. Instead of hitting on and off, you have a auto, which will fade it in and out. That would get around that. How are you turning that on? With a macro, I don't think it does that unless you hit the auto and it records that and it plays that back. That's what I'm thinking. Brian, good morning. Good morning. Any new gear on the horizon for the studio? As of right now, I would say no, just because I'm kind of limited in what I can do in this space. The main thing, what I personally would like to do is take all of this stuff and, like I was telling Renata, I get a house. All of these cables that you see that are up under the desk, this stuff would actually be in the walls, and I would have jacks to where I would plug into everything, and I would do it the way I really wanted to do. And especially as my house, I mean, and this is my space, I would just rip drywall if I had to, and then patch it up and take my time to do it the way I really want it to be done. That's why I want an unfinished basement, and I can put up the walls and actually run everything exactly the way I want it to. Put sound, insulation, carpet down to absorb sound, different locations, all this other stuff. And this fan is getting cold. That's how I would do it. Picture Pusher says we use Flocknote for messaging emails and schedule stuff. Awesome. Never heard of that. I'm gonna look into that. Back. Alrighty. Let's get back to serious business. We're gonna get back over here to Bejeweled. Walter says, brilliant, thanks. Really appreciate your channel. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by and seeing stuff. Like I said, it's like I'm really, really, really thankful, folks, because I mean, I remember for a long time, a lot of people weren't interested in anything that I was doing. So the fact I'm able to do that now, I'm excited about it. Let's see. You gotta keep yourselves occupied. And as much as I have the volume down, that thing is loud. That seems like that's so slow. That doesn't work for me. It says Bejeweled is serious business. Maybe time to get up and move. Yeah, possibly. I'm gonna give it 7 minutes so that we're at 15, and I'm just throwing off my time. I was like, how much time we got left? I'm like, duh, if it's 7 minutes, you actually have less than 8 hours to go. AJ, it's right there in front of you. Well, right there. But yeah, I know I'm gonna have to get up and move. It's mainly my back is stiff. It's from me sitting like this the entire time. We got to work on our abs. Just drinking up my back. But yeah, my back is hurting. I'm probably gonna reposition so I can stand up for a minute. But man, this is the longest live stream ever that's been done, which I'm excited about. You know, trying to see the limits of what can be done. And now my question to y'all is, how many of y'all would ever entertain doing a 24-hour live stream for your church? And if you did, what would it be? What would be mainly consistent of it? Want to see y'all's thoughts on that. And I was trying to hold out for another 6 minutes, but we're going to take another micro break. And I'm not taking no nap. I'm up just walking around and stretching. All right. So let's get back to the video I left y'all off at. And how much time is left? I think we got enough time left on that. So let's get back here and we'll be back.
Focusing on the people to your left and right and behind you, you're going to miss where you're trying to go. So yeah, that's great that you have people to your left and right, but when you're not competing with them and you have a mindset that we all can win, you can actually move faster instead of wasting all your energy trying to one up somebody else. Now, what I would say for number 4 is, and I think I actually already mentioned this, but let's double down on it, is you need to be known for something. That whatever your name is, when this is something you want to aspire for. So when somebody mentions your name, it correlates to whatever your niche is. Back in the day, before I started focusing on this, when somebody would say my name in the area, it would be like, oh, AJ, that dude can pick up whatever in church and play. Oh, he directs choirs great. He runs very efficient choir rehearsals. You know, he's always organized. That was I was known for. Or man, you give that, if you contact him, you never have to call him again, because he takes on whatever responsibility and then follows through. Something like that. That same idea is important when it comes to YouTube. What are you known for? So like right now, I remember my friend Kyle actually said this, I was very well known for music, but when I made the change to focus on media ministry, now my name is known more for media ministry. And it's like, oh yeah, wait a minute, didn't he also play too? Because I took full ownership of this path that I'm on. Or when you now search for AJ the CEO on Google, YouTube, what comes up? Media ministry. If you type in media ministry in those same platforms, what comes up? Me. Because I wanted my name to stand for something. So in other words, this is my niche, media ministry. But then I correlated my name with that subject matter. So if you search anything, that's what I'm known for. So the same way, if your ministry is known for, oh, your humanitarian efforts in the community, that's what you stand for. Meaning that, yeah, it's nothing the matter with you having preaching and all this other stuff on your channel, but focus on your niche. Because anybody can preach. There's tons of people online who are known for that. But in your preaching, I forgot the guy's name, but there's a guy that's on Twitch who's a gamer, but he's playing all these games, but he's ministering. And that's what he's known for, because that's unique. You have other people, like I said, going back to humanitarian efforts, helping out the community. There's more prominent stuff on their channel about their ways of giving more than it is just somebody in a pulpit preaching. Because now, I don't want to talk about all the church stuff, but I mean, anybody could be behind a pulpit and preach. But how many people, from a niche standpoint, how many people do you see just not talking about just hooping and hollering and stuff like that? They're showing that to everyone. When they go to their channel, it's not just a whole gallery of sermons. It's not the matter of having that, but they're more doubled down on their niche of, or what they want to be known for, as how we have outreach, how we're helping, how we're doing that, having highlight videos, montages of what they're doing, because that's what they want to be known for. You're not just known for, a good music and good preaching, because that's going to be very hard to compete with, or to stand out, or to correlate your name with that. What you really want to do is focus on that and let that be your guiding point. So yes, I can talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I talk about computers and stuff like that. But again, everything that I do goes back to my cornerstone, media ministry. I would say this is number 5, and I think this needs to be said because I get this question a whole lot. Your equipment does not matter. I have all these people talk about, what do I need to get started? Do I need to get this type of DSLR? Do I need to get this type of camera? Do I need to get this type of computer? Do I need to get this, and this equipment? All that stuff. It does not matter. Just start. That's what matters. Because like I said before, when you get started or you set your destination, the lefts, the rights, the mics, the cameras, that will be revealed to you in the process. When I started, there goes a truck going by. When I got started with YouTube, I started with a webcam, the Logitech C920, which I still use. And then after that, I moved to a Sony Handycam. Then after that, I moved to my phone. Then I moved to that. So it's not the camera, the equipment, how it looks, this bokeh and all this out of focus stuff. Yeah, that's nice. But the content is going to stick out. How you're connecting with people, that's going to stick out more than that. And over time, like I said, your audience will help you understand what you should and shouldn't do. But you'll never do that if you don't have more people come to teach. You're going to be back to yourself, critiquing yourself, criticizing yourself, because unfortunately, when we look at ourselves, we always compare our minors as if they were majors to everybody's majors. So, you look at yourself with something that's small, you blow it out of proportion. So the idea is your equipment does not matter. Just start with what you got. There are people who have built their YouTube channels to over hundreds of thousands of subscribers only using an iPhone. I mean, you don't need all this extra stuff. Over time, yeah, you can upgrade to that, but your equipment does not matter. There's so many ways that you can start with what you're doing with what you got. Your cell phone is more than enough to get started. Don't focus and get so have analysis paralysis by focusing on everything that you need before you get started, because if you get started, you'll find out what you need. All right. So I don't know. I guess that's what I was just trying to say. And
yeah, I was using my hands a lot in that one. Yeah, that was a video that was playing back. That's the reason why. I could probably have cranked the volume up. So hopefully that sounds a lot different here. But yeah, man, I'm just we're under the 9-hour mark. Got a whole official work day. Now I'm starting to feel tired. I'm being honest. I am. We are 15 hours in. Which video was that, Brian? That was how to stand out on YouTube. That was what that video was. Oh, I got a message. What was this? Text message. Who is that? Oh, my lady. Yes, babe. But I'm getting tired. Some people are looking at us and looking at comments. So my lady, she's up checking on me. Let's look and see what's going on the channels here. And I almost slipped. I almost hit the end stream button by mistake. Let's see. Let's look at our comments here. Yes, 21 people, and yes, they are. All right, so so looking at some of the comments, like I said, bouncing around here, it was saying the building sheriff, the worst job in the world, insulating a loft in summer. Great video, AJ. Thank you. That was the one that we edited here live and posted out. So awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Download what, please? It's not clear on what to download. You already have it downloaded. How do I download and install it? Let me go back and see, make sure nothing. Walk you through a template that I'm. It's right there at the top. So you need to be a little bit more patient. The link is in the description of the video. Let's see. All right, let's see. So that's going on so far. Not a lot of new comment yet. See if we hold. Nothing is held. Man, she is pushing in a good way. Like it. All right, so no copyrighted stuff. We ain't got no tomfoolery going on. Now let's switch over. Signs and Wonders, and let's see. Sorry. Let's see if we have some other stuff. Now, I did have a pillow. You see my pillow here behind my back now. Content. Let's see. Our live stream is what was hit. Almost a bunch of the. I think I actually did this already. Yeah, so a lot of the content that was blocked. This one, for whatever strange reason, I can't find the license for this. This is on my computer somewhere. Don't know where it is. So a lot of these have been dropped, which is the importance of having a license so you can verify this stuff, so you can fight all the nonsense. All right, so let's see. We got that. We got that. We got that. Israel. Thank you so much. My lady saying the same thing. She was like, she sent me some stuff, some energy drinks. So I had that. I've been down in those. Love the encouragement that she's sending me. As well as all of y'all. Question: how old were you, and what were the circumstances under which you fell in love with your first mixer? Figuratively, of course, with my first mixer. Really didn't fall in love with any of them. I started doing the X32 because all of the churches I was around, that's what they had. At Antioch, they had the Roland M400, which at the time they got it, a lot of people weren't into tech, so it was new to them. But in the industry, that was discontinued. So everywhere else I went, it was an X32, X32, X32 everywhere. So I kind of fell in love with that one necessarily only because not actually, let me take that back. Not that I fell in love with, I decided to become familiar with that one. Just because that has been out of all the churches I've been to, 95% of them, that's what they used. Um, and I needed to get kind of comfortable with them because a lot of them were not working it, knowing the system like that. And it wasn't a lot of videos that really were very helpful to explain some of that stuff. I think you started something, thinking about holding a 24-hour fundraiser live stream, having the ministers reading a Bible verse and responding. That would be cool. Brian Jones. Thanks, AJ. About to drop a produce review video this week. Mind if I share it directly with you for feedback? Sure thing. Creative Fun also has some ideas. Praise and worship songs, prayer, past, Bible and Sunday school study lessons, minister interview, recipe sharing, etc. Oh yeah, so I already played that. So that's really cool. But yeah, man. Oh. Woo. Man. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. That's what it's about. Remembering the why. Why are you doing this in the first place? That's what helps you keep going. Yeah. Really excited about all this. I mean, I got some other books over here as well too. Need to start going through some of those. Finishing up my class. What else? I'm just trying to think about the other stuff I got to do. Make sure I have enough time to do it. Because like I said, once I do this Zoom consultation, your boy is out. I mean, I'm about ready to have an intimate conversation with these sheets and pillows for at least about 12 hours. I probably won't come up until it's time for church in the morning, to be quite honest. What else we got? Trying to think. I think some other stuff that I would love to review and get into is I want to make, if we had a portable setup, what I would do is get the Hollyland Mars, put that on my pocket cinema camera, and hook that up to where I can have a roaming camera. Because I think my friend Kyle was telling me the Bishop has a camera guy that when he's preaching, this guy is like running on the pulpit. Say if somebody's, I don't want to say slain in the Holy Spirit, but they get to the point where they're excited and they're running around the sanctuary, the cameraman is actually following them. Like, I mean, from a production standpoint, I understand that, and it's unique. I would be laughing so hard because I'm like, yo, these months is wild. Oh man. I want to take. All right, what time we got? All right, we need to take a 15-minute. I will be back, folks. We powering through, man. We done made it this far. We done got through for almost 16 hours. We only got 8 more to go. So, especially more people are going to be waking up. We're going to have more questions and everything like that. So, again, if you haven't already, folks, I would appreciate, make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe if you haven't, if you're watching, because that's the only way you can leave comments on here anyway. Hit the bell notification. That way you don't miss out. We have other videos, other giveaways, because I always do a live stream when I pick the people who are live streaming. And the rule is if you don't respond in 12 hours, we pick somebody else. And honestly, as we start getting more people, that time is going to have to shrink. So we're going to start maybe if you don't respond in 4 hours, 6 hours, something like that. We're going to have to do something. I try to have a lot of time so it covers a wide span. If I do 12 hours and somebody has the bell notification on and they're in a different time zone, they'll still have enough time to watch what's going on. So, man, let's get back to another video that you're watching. Let's see. video we can use. All right, how to migrate from OBS to vMix. That'll be a good one here. And let's see how that goes. Hey folks, AJaytheCEO. And I'm hearing a lot of noise. I'm glad we had that noise cancellation stuff as well too inside of here. So let's go with this and we'll be back. Hey folks, AJaytheCEO here, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through converting my church's OBS setup to vMix and going through all of the settings so that it looks exactly the same as OBS, except for we're going to be bringing in comments of our viewers. So let's go. Honestly, that's bothering me because that humming in the background. So let's see if we can find something else. I might have to re-edit that. Let's actually do media ministry budget. Let's do that one. Hey folks, AJaytheCEO here, and in this video, we're going to be talking about making a budget for your media ministry. So let's go.